Welcome into my office. I'm Brian. Let's take a look at this large and pleasing mid-19th century atlas of the world. It's in a period, quarter leather binding like so, smooth spine with gilt rules and contrasting title labels in gilt. The label leather is worn down with some flaking or chipping to the gilt lettering, but it is structurally sound. The boards are slightly bowed and worn at the edges and extremities, but really it's pretty well preserved for a large oversized atlas of this type. Atlases of this era typically survive in disbound or poor condition due to the fact of the weight of the covers and the large format being opened and closed and handled. It's a complete atlas, 72 maps. There, I believe, are one or two supplemental ones in here. One map is missing and it's replaced by two others. It's a ancient Greece map that is not in this atlas, but there, I believe, are two others in there. Let's go through it now, map by map. I'll just flip through it very briefly like this so you can get a sense of how the contents survive. These maps are all engraved, and this hand coloring here, outline, is original. And we see that the maps are clean for the most part. A little bit of minor, trivial spotting or foxing in the blank margins. This is an interesting map of ancient Africa with this unbroken mountain chain here going basically almost from one side of the continent to the other, the so-called mythical Mountains of the Moon, an apocryphal range. And yes, here we are. These maps here are from almost the same vintage, or at least that one was. That's 1844, and this is 1843. The atlas is 1842. So these two maps here actually replace the lacking map of ancient Greece, and that is followed here by this map of ancient Italy, ancient Spain, right, like so. Yep. And then now we get to this guy here. Yes, right. Yes, the Putinger map, so-called, famous route map of Roman era, like this. That goes right back in there, like so. Then we get back to this. Now we're into Rome at the time of the barbarian invasion, rather Europe. And then there's another map of Europe, and here we have the Middle Ages map of Europe and the Middle East and Asia, the Mongols Empire. And here, this map, a geological map of all of Europe. Very nice map. And here's a physical map with mineralogy, so it's a geological map as well, of the British Isles. And here is a physical map of France. And this is a very interesting diagram cross-section geological chart showing mountain elevations and the type of geology involved with those. Map of the world. Okay. And here's a map of the world in double hemispheres. There's that mythical Mountains of the Moon range, very prominently shown here. And then we have this one of all of Europe. And France, historical maps of France at different eras. Big, large, double-page map there. Here's Belgium and the Low Countries, the Netherlands. Yes, England, Scotland, Ireland, Sweden and Norway and Scandinavia. Then there's Denmark with an inset there of Iceland and the Faroe Islands. And there we have a map of Germany in circles around 1789. And here's a map of the German Confederation, like so. And then we have Central Germany, Prussia, and there we go, Bavaria, Württemberg, the Austrian Empire there. And Russia in Europe. Very nice map of Poland here, showing divisions, political divisions, Lithuania at this time, with a little colored diagram at the bottom, or key. And here's Turkey in Europe, like so. And here's Greece. And Italy. And Switzerland. And Spain. And Portugal. And, this is a supplemental map as well here. This is supplemental. This is just a regional map of, looks like northern Spain and Portugal there. Here's Asia. And here is Persia. Right here, Arabia, Afghanistan, Iran, Siberia, and Russia in Asia. Here's the Chinese Empire. Look at that, it's nice. India and Southeast Asia, Indochina. And here we have Africa. Prominent mountains of the moon right there. Blank interior, no lakes here. Here we have northern Africa, the Barbary Coast. And here we have mountains of the moon going across the bottom here of Egypt and Nubia. It's a great exhibition just held down in Boston at the MFA about Nubian culture and art. It was very eye-opening. It was a wonderful exhibition, actually. It may still be going on right now. Here is a map of the United States. Mexico, of course, at this time, still owning and controlling, up into what is Oregon Territory, basically all of California. We had not evidently gotten around to going to war and taking it from them. This here is a large protrusion northward into modern-day Canada. That is an interesting border right here. It says right here, District of Columbia, right there. Yes, territory of Missouri across here. Here's Texas. And here we have basically Mexico again. Unknown parts right here. There's San Francisco Bay right in here. Yeah, very interesting. Texas here. Yes, here's New Mexico. And here we have the Caribbean. And here is South America, Colombia, Brazil, Peru and Bolivia, and southern part of South America. And we have Oceania here. And that's a nice map of Malaysia and some of the islands of Sumatra, Borneo, the Philippine Islands, and so on. Nice focus map here of New Holland or Australia. And that is the end of the atlas. You've seen all of the maps within it. It is a wonderful mid-19th century atlas, and it is available now online from me, Brian DeMambro.